I know I'm a little behind schedule, but y'all know I watched that game, and I saw what the Chiefs did to them stinking Cowboys. I told you. That's why I did not concede the division, because I knew Cowboys would do Cowboy things. And right on cue, it's happening right before your eyes. Now, Skip Bayless, you got to see me tomorrow. And I don't want to hear no excuses about no Amari, about no CD, about no Ty Smith, because don't none of them guys make $75 million. Now, I told you I'm going to get my due back case by case because you keep betting on them stinking Cowboys. Now, you got to see me tomorrow because you thought the Lakers were going to lose to the Pistons. And you was going to come in here and talk about this and that. LeBron didn't want to be a part of it, so he got tossed. But guess what? Russ, AD, and the rest of the Lakers, they got it done. So you got to see me. We all grown. Y'all not them boys.
Is Parsons to winning this game?
He might be the most important player because the thing that happened last week is that Mahomes were able to get protected. He got protected. He stayed upright. He distributed the ball over 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, no pick. Clean ball game. He's their best defensive player. He can single-handedly change the landscape of this ball game.
Yep.
He's faster than anybody that's on the offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs. So they're going to have their hands full. They're probably going to try to have the running back chip his way out, which means before you get into your pass route, you chip. You help find where number 11 is, and you chip him on your way out of the ball, out of the way of the backfield. So, yeah, he has the ability to wreck this game, to break this game open. So, for me, he's the guy that you focus in on if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. Because if you can't block him, you can't beat him. And so I like what he said because I felt the same way. We played the Lions on Thanksgiving, my rookie year. And I watched Barry Sanders. Man, let me see. He better in person than on TV. With Jerry Rice, the same thing.
Although you at least didn't have to tackle him.
No, I ain't have to tackle him. I was like, ooh. I'm like, I hope the camera didn't get me over here ooh and ah, because he's doing a number on our guy. So, it is what it is. So, you see someone, and like I said, I play him on Madden. He's seen Patrick Mahomes when he was in college. Now I'm on the field with him. Let me see how much of that he's going to be able to do on the field when I'm on the field against him. Because my job is to make sure none of that happens.
Okay, I want to reiterate that quote that Alex just read. Micah Parsons, rookie for the Dallas Cowboys, is basically saying, I'm excited to see him in person when you're actually going to be on the field against him. He acts like he's going to be sitting in the front row watching, right? No, you have to try to sack him, right?
Yes.
You have to try to disrupt his passing attack that is the most feared in all of football. And he's acting like he's going to actually walk into the video game and say, oh, this is cool, man. I'm actually in the game now, right?
Yeah, I want to see what he does in person.
I want to see. I was just like blown away by this quote. But this is one kid who constantly says things like this, and then he backs it up.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to play against Tom Brady. I want to see what it feels like to step on the same field with Tom Brady. And then he backed it up. And he just keeps backing up. He's led them in sacks, and I completely concur. He is crucial to the outcome of this game. I'm going to say it again. He has entered into the discussion and debate for Defensive Player of the Year, not Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year, because my defense goes as he goes.
Yes.
And the first time I saw this was in Game 2 at Chargers, and I knew it was dicey after they lost to the GOAT by getting goated at the end of the game, but then they had to travel all the way to the West Coast and try to survive and get to 1-1 against Justin Herbert.
Right.
And it was hard. But guess who? Rose and shone. Guess who made the play of the game at Justin Herbert? It was Micah. Remember the sack where he just drove him back and back and back and back? And the point is, he has disrupted just about everybody. He only disappears when Dan Quinn gets a little too cute, the new coordinator, and says, he's a linebacker, so I'm going to use him in pass coverage. I'll use him covering the back. No, you won't, because he just disappears. He gets lost in that. He can do it. He can be fine. He'll get burned like any rookie would. He got burned in Hard Knocks in camp. He got took, on a out and up. Okay, I got
over
that.
aggressive.
Okay, so I don't love that part, and I wouldn't love him in that kind of coverage against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But do I like him going after Patrick? Yes, I do. And what really opened my eyes was when our friend Lil Wayne told me that on his vacation tour, he chose to go to, remember, he went to games all over the country. He went to see his Red Sox against the Yankees, and he chose to go see my Dallas Cowboys, and he got no use for my Dallas Cowboys, only to see 11 from heaven, number 11. I just want to, and Wayne told me, I just want to see him in person. Like, it's another one. It's almost like Micah talking about Patrick Mahomes. Wayne's just like, I want to see him in person. And after that game, he was so taken, he went to the Monday night Philly game at Dallas, Jerry World. He got Micah's jersey, and he got Micah to sign it for him. And then Wayne told me he didn't just hang it in his man cave like he would other jerseys. He put it in the living room. Put in the living room? He's just a kid now from Penn State. Didn't even play last year.
If you look at him, Skip, he does a lot of cross face. So he because he's so quick, you open up to try to beat him, keep him from beating you right there.
Finish up on Lil Wayne. Don't change the subject. What does that say to you? He put it up in the living room.
I'm surprised that Lil Wayne would do this, considering that he's a Packers fan.
He hates the Cowboys.
And he has no use for the Cowboys.
I mean, seriously despises the Dallas Cowboys.
But sometimes, Skip, you might have a dislike for a team, but the player is so polarizing and so captivating that it supersedes your dislike of the team.
Trust me, Wayne is a savant on sports, and he sees things coming before they come. And he saw Micah. You saw him before the draft. You thought he was the best defensive player in the draft.
I did.
I got stuck on Patrick Surtain on need. I needed a bookend corner for Trevon Diggs. Why not the one from Alabama? Why not the one whose father was a Pro Bowl cornerback? I'm talking about Patrick Surtain.
You're talking about Surtain,
or both of them. You know, they both had lineage, right? From Joe Horn, who you knew pretty well, right? Okay, so the point is, I'll take either one of those. Well, Micah just fell into our lap because I think everybody kind of overlooked. If you redrafted right now, after what we've seen,
top 5 pick. Your top 5 pick.
When you start threatening some of those quarterback choices up there?
I still think the quarterbacks probably go 1, 2.
Probably.
But he's probably going to go 3, 4.
He might go in the 3, 4 just based on...
But the question was, Skip, I think a lot of times, how are we going to use him? Because he's not a Devin White that you play at the middle linebacker and let him roll and blitz occasionally. He's a guy that needs to spend 95% of his time at the line of scrimmage going after the quarterback. So I think a lot of people got, is he a Mike linebacker? Is he a Will linebacker? So what actually is he? So there's the Cowboys we'll get him and we'll find out what he is once we get him in camp.
Let me ask you, what's Von Miller in his heyday?
Von was a back, edge rusher. Edge rusher.
He's an edge rusher.
Yes.
What's Randy Gregory? He's an edge rusher. Okay? You can stand up if you feel like it, but you're on the edge and you're coming after the quarterback.
Because remember, Skip, in high school, he was a defensive end.
Who?
Michael Parsons.
Okay, yes.
So and they used him. They used him a little bit like that at Penn State. That's when he was most effective. But it's hard. It's but we played him off the ball but he was so much more talented than everybody in the field. You can line him up there and let him just run all over the field and go make plays. But it's a lot more people take advantage of you, kind of like when Tom Brady was manipulating him in that first game.
That is correct.
So when you put him at the line of scrimmage and say, well, just go get the quarterback, when you show those videos, you see what he's doing? Everybody, because he has so much speed on the edge, Skip, they're so afraid that he's going to beat him around the edge. They open up too much, and then what do they do? Cross their face, and he's right there, the quarterback. He got Matt Ryan last week with that same move. You see, he almost got Justin Herbert. That's his favorite move. He's going to start around the edge to set you up, and the next thing you know, he's going to start, put that foot in the dirt, because he had I just saw his post. He's like, and y'all thought Amari Cooper had a dead leg. So he started on the field, put the foot in the dirt, and go get your quarterback.
Jerry Jones has gone so far as to already compare him sort of in mental state to Charles Haley, who I covered, and I told you I have the utmost respect. He changed the way the Dallas Cowboys play football. He was the biggest reason they broke through a year early in 1992 and won the Super Bowl and went back-to-back. He did it. Well, Micah is just still a baby. But again, he's got that kind of potential.
We just play him like you did DeMarcus Ware. You did. I mean, you dropped DeMarcus occasionally in coverage, but most of the time, D. Ware was after the quarterback. Just let him go get your quarterback.
Absolutely, and he's counseled, obviously, the kid. So Here we go. All I know is when I'm watching the game on Sunday, every time Patrick Mahomes breaks the huddle, I'm looking for number 11 on my defense. I want to see where is he and what's he about to do.
He can wreck this game.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a great matchup. But moving on, does Tom Brady need to be worried about OBJ becoming the most popular player in the league? We've got an interesting. The Cowboys showdown with the Chiefs is America's Game of the Week on Fox. With Dak and Mahomes both coming off dominant wins, there will be no shortage of confidence, and the winner will be taking some serious momentum into the home stretch of the regular season. So, Shannon, who wins, Dallas or Kansas City?
I'm going to take the Chiefs. I believe it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, Skip. I thought Mahomes did a very good job of taking what was given to him last week. He took the underneath stuff. He took the shallows. He took the quick hitches. He didn't try to force the ball down the field. And the question is, moving forward, can you do this game after game after game, knowing by nature, you are a risk taker. You love pushing the ball down the field. I think if he can do that, continue to do what he did against the Raiders, take what they give him, take that rim route, take the flat, take Kelsey on the shallow cross, take Kelsey on the little hitch, and let him turn and get up in the shadow. Give Tyreek opportunity. Now, I think now it's going to be easier for him to get Tyreek because they're going to be bailing. I promise you, Trayvon Diggs is not going to be taking the risk that he would normally take in a game because there is no makeup for these guys. You take a risk on this, and it's an out and up or it's a stop and go, it's over. You're not catching up with these guys. They got too much
quick
speed.
Point of order from you, the Hall of Famer. Trayvon Diggs has been traveling. It's the first year that he's traveled. He just takes the best receiver and he says, I got him.
No, he ain't taking Tyreek. No. He might travel with Tyreek, but he knows he has help over the top.
I am with you. You have